Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody. Today we will take a look again at the Great British Pound, since it looks like the market is closer and closer to the moment of reversal, or at least to the point when we will get the clarity whether this reversal will happen or not. As we have estimated in our weekly research, and we talk about it the second week in a row, that market right now stands at very significant support area. That is FIB support 50%, weekly FIB support, weekly pivot, monthly pivot support 1, yearly pivot point on the weekly chart. So that's really a very significant support area. And as we expect, as the starting of the bread and butter buy trade on the monthly chart, this should happen somewhere around in the perspective of the couple of weeks, because the October month is the last month where the bread and butter should start, at least according to the strict rules by Jordan Napier. Well, there could be some changes and deviations from the normal behavior, but we right now will speak only on the strict rules of the bread and butter, because currently it's not the time to talk about the possible changes and adjustments to the direct rules of this pattern. And right now, market is starting to show some action that, as it seems, lead us to understanding whether the market will turn up here, or we will still get deeper action on the daily chart. From that perspective, as you know, our major object and major point to watch for is the reversal pattern that we would like to get, and that would let us to understand that yes, maybe reversal has happened and bread and butter has started, and it's time to take the position. And previously we have discussed this butterfly pattern that finally has hit the 127 extension. On the previous week this hasn't happened because I suspect that the reason for that was the daily oversold and yearly pivot point that have prevented the reaching of the market this level. But on the previous week, in the last week, market has hit this. At the same time, as you can see, this long-term trend line to the downside, and market still holds with the two-step forward, one-step back, two-step forward, one-step back action, right? And this tendency hasn't been broken yet, so market still forms the lower highs and lower lows. At the same time, we see that right at the hard rock support on the weekly chart, market has formed bullish divergence with this support area. Market has increased the volatility around this area. So you can see that the swings of the market has become greater, okay? And market is showing some signs of this housing and has turned to the forming of this wedge pattern. At the same time, market already has formed this butterfly. It's 127. So on the coming week, our major task, according to our trading plan, will be to watch for breakout of this tendency, whether the market will break this trend line or not. If this will happen, that could be the first bell of the possible significant changing of the situation on the Great British Pound. Second moment that we will be watching for is the pattern. So here we see the butterfly, right? By itself, it's already the possible reversal pattern. If you do not read our weekly research, but I strongly suggest that you will do this, this is the weekly bullish hammer pattern. That's also the reversal pattern by itself, and that's really significant because it has appeared right at the strong weekly support area. If we will drop our time frame chart to the 4-hour chart, here the pattern that really could be formed, and this is the reverse head and shoulders pattern. Although this recent action looks a bit choppy and the thrusting motion here is not very visible, at the same time on Friday we see some more activity to the upside from the Great British Pound. And here we will be watching for possible reversal pattern. That could be the head and shoulders. First of all, you can see that market already has formed the butterfly pattern. Now it has turned to the upside action. To follow with this pattern, market probably should reach the weekly pivot resistance one first, okay, and then turn to the shaping of this right shoulder. Particularly this point will become the most crucial area for us, because if market will really has intention to reverse and start to bread and butter, it probably should hold above these lows and to keep the harmony of this pattern, this head and shoulders. If market will not do this and drop significantly to the downside, that will be some chance or maybe some hint on the deeper action, on the failure of the weekly hammer pattern and to the deeper action to the downside. In this case, if market will not hold here and will break below the weekly pivot support one, that could become the three drive pattern. So this could be the first drive, second, and that could be first drive action, because if you will measure the extension here, you will see that 127 of the second drive is very close to the 1618 of the first. And if market will show some higher action, even will reach the neckline, will touch the weekly pivot resistance one. In this case, this relation between these extensions will become even better. So you can see this will almost coincide with each other. So that's why that will be the crucial point. Because if market will hold here, in this case, the chance on the head and shoulders will be significant, and probably this could become the reversal pattern that we expect to get. If market will fail here, then we will watch for three drive, and as we have discussed a week ago, the possible retracement right to the 157.70 fib support on the weekly chart. That will be, in fact, the crucial point for the bread and butter on the monthly chart. That's, shortly speaking, our trading plan for the coming week. On the hourly chart, we see that market really has not bad chances to reach this neckline, this area. This resistance one stands at 161.86, and you can see that extension of this A, B, C bottom pattern also stands at 161.73 approximately. It's very close to the weekly pivot resistance one. At the same time, you can see that market is forming something that looks like the bullish dynamic pressure, because you can see that trend holds bearish, but price forming is lower as high lows and doesn't support the downward action, doesn't support the trend, doesn't show the downward action. This usually the sign of the bullish dynamic pressure that very often leads to the upward continuation. Besides, market here stands above the 100% extension of this ABCD pattern. The 100% extension stands somewhere in this area. And this is also increased the chance of the possible upward action. So, that's been said, our trading plan consists of some important moments. First of all, we need to get the action right to the weekly pivot resistance one. Second, we need to get the retracement down. And there we will be watching for behavior of the market here. If market will hold here and turn to the upside, that will be the chance for taking long position, because this could become the reversal pattern. If market will fail to hold here and move below the weekly pivot support one, in this case we should watch for this area, 157.70 approximately. That will be the ultimate point for the monthly pattern.